When you are spiritually awakened, motivation is not a term that applies to you anymore. Instead, it's replaced by inspiration, something that is spirit-driven. However, if you feel unmotivated after spiritual awakening, it's because that your ego is still telling you to do something you don't want to do. In this video, I'm going to break down how we end up feeling unmotivated after spiritual awakening and how we can start feeling inspired by our spirit. Before spiritual awakening, there are two forms of motivation: external motivation and internal motivation. External motivation is when our egos place some goals for us to achieve so that we can create an identity. For example, career, money, relationship, and our physical appearance are some things our ego uses to build the image of success. Internal motivation is when you do something out of the pure enjoyment of the activity. For example, you may want to read a book, watch the TV shows, listen to music. During spiritual awakening, both the external and the internal motivation start to dissolve. You start to realize that the things that you once find meaningful now become meaningless. You realize all this external motivation like money, career, possession, and all the things that you're attached to are just an illusion. They don't make you happy. And even internal motivation starts to wither away. For example, I used to enjoy writing songs, but after spiritual awakening, I no longer feel motivated. Once you are spiritually awakened, you start losing interest in the things that you once enjoy or once makes you happy. And here's why. The old egoic paradigm is that we need to do something or achieve something in order to feel happy. The new spiritual paradigm is that we can be happy regardless of what we do or what we achieve. So in my example, the old paradigm is that writing songs makes me feel happy. The new paradigm is I feel happy first, then I will do anything that I feel inspired to do at the moment. I feel I'm motivated to write songs because that is not what my spirit is calling me towards. The old paradigm is based on condition. We need to do something in order to be happy. The new paradigm is about learning to be happy despite any conditions. An individual can do nothing and feel at peace, while another person may feel uneasy not doing anything. And that's why some of us feel unmotivated after spiritual awakening. Our ego is telling us that we should do something, and that makes us feel very uneasy. We know that the things that used to make us happy don't make us happy anymore, but we still believe that we need to do something in order to feel happy. We just haven't found out what it is yet. In a way, we are still listening to our ego. We are still waiting for our ego to come out with something, a new identity for us to follow. So does it mean that we will just be passive observer of life? Everyone just sit there and meditate and does nothing? No, because most of us will not be inactive if we are connected with the flow of the universe. Let me show you with a diagram. There are 3 stages. So here we have our diagram. As you can see from the diagram, there is the egoic desire and our spirit desire. And in between, there is awakening. This is the turning point. This is when we realize that our ego desire no longer serves us and we start to switch to the spiritual desire. However, when we're going from the egoic to the spiritual, it's not such a smooth transition. I like to use the analogy of a car. In the beginning, before spiritual awakening, we are going in the direction of our egoic desire. Although this path is full of pain and suffering, with our motivation, we can push ourselves to achieve what we desire. However, during awakening, we realize that this egoic desire no longer serves us, and a new perspective, a new spiritual perspective is presented to us. But just like the car, we cannot just change our direction immediately. If we are going towards our ego desire with a lot of momentum and we just make a sharp U-turn, what happens is our car started to lose control and starts spinning around and it will crash. This turning point is very important because awakening gets us to slow down first. If you have driven a car, you know that to change direction, you need to slow down first before you change direction. So spiritual awakening actually causes you to stop. Many of us, when we let go of our egoic desire, when we start to drop away this egoic desire, we feel contentment, we feel satisfied with doing nothing, we feel very peaceful with just being. And some of us will be here for a very long time in the isolation stage where we are not interacting with a lot of people, and so we are not getting a lot of triggers, and we are not reactive to many other people. We're kind of passive, but nothing much is happening at the isolation stage. There is another stage in the spiritual awakening process, which is the calling stage, when we felt a call toward our spiritual purpose and our spiritual desire. When we are at the isolation stage, it feels like the car has stalled, but during the calling stage, we feel like there's something pulling us towards our purpose and our desire. Unlike in the beginning where we have to push ourselves to our egoic desire, at this stage, we are being pulled towards our spiritual desire, and therefore this path will feel more effortless. When you are feeling unmotivated, you are between number 1 and number 2. You start to see that your ego desire doesn't serve you, but yet you are not connected with this spiritual desire. You know what you don't want, but you don't know what you want. So you're stuck in between this transition stage and you're not going anywhere. But you're not in the isolation stage where you feel peaceful and at ease. And when you feel unmotivated, it's because you still believe that you have to do something in order to feel happy. While people in the isolation stage actually enjoy being present with doing nothing. They have come to a very, very slow momentum. Some of us, in our spiritual awakening process, we stop here, while others have a strong spiritual desire. When you are deeply connected with your spirit and you fully surrender, motivation no longer applies to you. You don't get up every morning and say, I can do this. Just take one more step. Endure. Instead, it's I have to do it. There is a sense of excitement and eagerness, and you feel inspired. You wake up every morning and you feel called to do something. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I feel so inspired, I just scribble in the darkness. It's as though my hand has a life of its own and I can't stop it. I mean, I can stop it, but I don't want to stop it. And this time, the huge momentum is easier because you're riding the wave. You're going in the right direction. You are inspired and pulled towards something bigger than your ego itself. And that's why you don't need motivation. If you're not sure whether you're manifesting from your ego or your higher self, check out this next video.